Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Foxy New.
Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Gervonta Tank Davis has officially cherry-picked Leo Santa Cruz. Let's just dig right into it. And according to Mike Coppinger with The Athletic, he stated that sources tells The Athletic a fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz is an advanced discussion. If a deal is completed, would likely land summertime in Los Angeles. So, this is a fight that's been discussed quite a long time from both sides. The PBC have been wanting to match, Gervonta Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz together for a while, and you see this is a consistent style to prop up their young budding star and put him in a mismatch fight where he's going to be a heavy favorite against a Mexican-American star. So you see Tank and Leo Santa Cruz, you've seen Mikey and Spence. So you see these mismatches that they put on pay-per-view are nothing new to the PBC. This is a consistent trend that these guys are going forward with, and this is a business model that they like to push. But, you also see that Gervonta Tank Davis also tweeted a picture of him and Leo Santa Cruz attempting to sell the prestige of a Mexican versus American rivalry. And, normally that wouldn't be a problem, but this is a straight up and blatant cherry pick and a coward move from Gervonta Tank Davis. And let me bring to you why. Gervonta Tank Davis is fighting at 135 pounds right now. Leo Santa Cruz hardly had any power at 126 pounds. And he's just never been a huge knockout artist. And so at 126 pounds, he really didn't have much power. And so, imagine him moving up to 135 to face a guy like Tank Davis at this point. It doesn't make sense. How is he even going to defend himself and keep Tank off of him? It doesn't make sense. It's going to be hard to keep a guy who's just enormously has a huge weight advantage on you, and simply because you're not a puncher. This is a setup fight to look good for Tank Davis. This is all it is. It's a glorified cherry pick. And, it's a cherry pick with a nice name, and since Leo Santa Cruz has a name and a brand, he's a respected fighter, people are going to look at this and say, well, he can compete. He's going to be a good, this will be a good match. He could possibly win. Don't fool yourself into believing that. And yes, of course, every fighter always has an outside chance of victory, but I just don't think it's very likely. There's too many things working in Tank's favor and not enough working in Leo Santa Cruz's favor. The weight advantage, Tank Davis. The power advantage, Tank Davis. So you see that these things are in Tank's favor. And, Leo Santa Cruz, he's the type of guy that stylistically likes to fight up close, likes to fight in the pocket. He's going to be right in line for all those big, heavy shots from Gervonta Tank Davis. This is a glorified cherry pick. This is a garbage truck juice of a move from the PBC. And what makes it even worse is that you see Tank Davis is not fighting any of the guys he's been calling out. He's not fighting any of the guys who could give him a real and legitimate challenge and threat. And because you see that Tank Davis' last fight was against a 40-plus-year-old Yuriorkis Gamboa, a guy who's very chinny. And yet Gamboa tore his Achilles in the second round, and Gervonta Tank Davis was unable to get him out of there until the 12th round. So you see that, Tank Davis isn't all he's hyped up to be, but at the same time, he's put in these situations to pretty much ensure cherry pick like circumstances. You see Tank Davis isn't fighting anybody he's been calling out. He called out Tevin Farmer, never fought him. He called out Vasil Lomachenko, never fought him. He called out Josh Taylor, never fought him. He even called out Manny Pacquiao, never fought him. That's why his name is known as Twitter Fingers Davis. That's why they call him Gervonta Stank Davis, Gervonta Cheeseburger Davis, because you can't take the guy serious. He calls out all these names and then turns around and fights a cherry pick in Leo Santa Cruz. But once again, unbiased as always, it's the IBFP.